Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it finally arrived, the DJI Air 3S, and as I always like to do, I like to do my first flight with any significant drone like this at dedication point on the Snake River Canyon. So that's what we're here for today. The only thing I've done with this drone so far is fired it up to do the firmware updates, etc. So this will be its very first flight, the very first time I've put it in the air. So I'm pretty excited about that, like most everybody is. We all waited for these drones. We were all a little bit nervous because there were some customs issues, etc. But most of us, I'm going to say most of us, have our drones already. So I think today's the day that there's a lot of first flights with this drone in the U.S. So anyway, I'm going to put it up in the air today, and we're not going to get too carried away. We're not going to go into too many features. Mostly we want to look at, with this new 1-inch sensor on this guy, we want to look at the video quality, and I'm going to use both lenses on it, do a little bit of with the wide angle lens and a little bit with the telephoto lens, and we can kind of look at those. And I mostly just want to see how the drone flies. I'm not going to change any of the flight settings or anything. I did change the return to home altitude, obviously, but other than that, it's just going to be fly just like it came from the factory. You can fine tune the flight controls at another time. I just want to see how it is this time. The other thing is, this is supposedly has a higher top speed, so you know, we might try that out as well. But yeah, enough jibber jabber, right? Let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got the drone fired up, and I've got a screen recorder started. So I'm just looking at this. I think I need to adjust the brightness on this screen. Yeah, let's run that baby up to full bright. That should help. And yeah, let's go back to the main screen here. So, okay, let's quickly go through the safety menu. So I'm going to click on those three dots in the top right. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. And you can see OA is in bypass and normal bypassing options, not nifty. We've got the radar map on. Optimal return to home. So this, as everybody knows, has interesting return to home. We'll see how accurate that is. And then 35-meter return to home altitude, which is plenty where we're at. Max altitude 120, no limit on distance. It's not asking for any calibrations. This battery is the one I used to do the firmware update, but it looks good, so it's not going to be completely full for this first flight. Aircraft LEDs, we're going to put those on auto. Yeah, auto mode, yeah, will be turned on, will be turned off while capturing for better results. Yeah, so I'm going to put that on auto, so we'll let that figure out. I'm going to have to look more into that, exactly what they mean there, if that's just the downward facing LED or what. But other than that, we're good to go. Pretty mild day today, about 60 degrees, very light winds. So let's go ahead and start recording. And we are in 4K, 60 frames per second. And everything else in auto. So we're going to start recording. Let's go ahead and do an auto takeoff on the app. Clicking on that right now. And there it is. So there is the Air 3S with that big old camera on the front. It's looking at us here. I'm gonna, in order to bring it any closer, I'm gonna have to turn off OA. Hang on here. Clicking on the wrong thing there. We're gonna go to safety, turn obstacle avoidance off here for a second so we can bring it in. And so there you get a good look at the front of the drone and that new camera with the 1-inch sensor on the camera. And then you can see that LiDAR sensor on the front there. But let's go ahead and turn OA back on. Put it in bypass. And yeah, you can see it's red there on the radar. Let's back it up. And I think we're ready to go here. I'm going to kind of angle it off here, and we're going to do our droney. Let's drop that camera down just a little, reversing up. Reversing up now. Let's get this guy out over the canyon. Looking good. There we are. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dedication Point and the Snake River Canyon. Let's get it out over where you can see, get a good look at the Snake River. And we're facing into the sun right now. So take that into account. It is a kind of a cloudy day. I was hoping for a sunny day for the first day to try this drone out, but you know, you can't have everything. So let's just head, this would be upriver for a little ways. We'll drop some altitude, kind of get kind of even with the rim of the canyon, and we'll just head it this way, or that way, around the rim of the canyon. So you can see it's cloudy. It's not ideal conditions for a first flight. Let's see, so we're in normal mode. I am at full tilt, 15 meters per second. So I'm gonna grab some more altitude here just for the fun of it. And you can see off in the distance there is the Swan Falls Dam. Let's kind of adjust the drone and point it that direction. And again, grab a little more altitude so that we've got a good signal. We're pointing the antenna directly at the drone. And let's throw it into sport mode. Let's just see what this guy will do, right? This is the one that they've said, you know, I think the advertised top speed is 47 miles an hour, but I think we can do better than that. That would be 21 meters per second. So we're approaching 21 meters per second. They say it will go faster than that with the wind at its back. So we are right at 21 meters per second right now. So that is 47 miles an hour. And then we'll turn around and we'll go the other way and see if with the wind at its back, if it'll do any better. But let's stop here for a second. I'm dropping the camera just a little, and I want to switch to the 3x camera, so maybe you can see get a better look at the dam out there. So stopping recording now. And so you're looking at the screen recording, switching to the 3x tele lens. There we go. Boy, does that make a difference or what? I thought I was centered up on the dam. I wasn't quite, was I? Okay, so we're going to start recording again. Picking up that camera just a little bit more. That looks really good, I got to tell you. Okay, full stick forward again, and it's kicking it right into gear. There's some beauty right there. Yeah, I like it. Okie dokie. So now we got to look at that 3x tele. Let's turn it around the other way. And I could, I guess, listen, I might as well, while I'm on this, we could zoom in. We can do a digital zoom, in other words, cropping in on the sensor. So let me see if I can slowly do that now. There's 5, 6, 7, should take us up to 9. Yeah, there's 9 times zoom. Now that's on the tele lens, so I don't know how well, you know, we'll be able to see when we see off the, you know, and I don't remember if I told it to save, it must be saving to internal memory because I don't think I put an SD card in it. But in any case here, you can see the power station, the old power station would be the right-hand side of the screen, the big concrete part, and then that smaller part on the left-hand side, that's the new power station. That original part was built in 1900. The newer one, I think, went online in not like the early 90s or maybe mid 90s, and you know, puts out twice as much or 10 times as much power as the original did. Okay, let's zoom back out. and get back to that 3x zoom level. There we are. And let's see if we can turn this baby around. And we're still in sport mode. We'll bring it back. You see that road? That's the road that gets down to get down to the dam. You go right down that road on the side of the canyon there. And you see some staging areas and stuff. That a big part of this is maintained by Idaho Power, and then the rest of this is BLM land. And look at the side of the canyon. I think the side of the canyon always looks so cool. You can see the various levels and lava flows, different layers. I always thought that looks really cool. Over the eons, all those eruptions and lava flows that built that. And then this river for all those years flowing down and cutting this canyon, I think is pretty amazing stuff. So as we continue around, I'm just trying to do a nice slow yaw here to get a better look. And there's the Snake River Canyon, and now we've got the sun at our back. Let me pick up the camera just a little bit. You can see it's kind of a cloudy, a little bit of a gloomy day. Okay, I'm going to go full stick forward again, and let's see what we can get up to speed-wise here. So the drone is on its way back to us. It must be, the way I'm feeling the wind right now, it should be going with the wind, but it doesn't seem to be. It's only 18 meters per second, so it's not even getting up to that 21. So, not sure about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm standing here. The wind should be at the drone's back, but it must be different out there over the canyon than what I can feel right here. Not a terribly windy day, but we're not getting that. That top speed. Okay, I am going to ease off here. Stop. We're going to go back into normal mode. I'm going to stop recording, and we're going to go back to that wide-angle camera. So that gives you kind of that's what the drone is really seeing right now. Let's bring it forward here. 54% battery, so we're in pretty good shape. We'll see if we can drop it a little bit lower in the canyon. I'm going to walk down into the over by the edge so that I can make sure that I got the controller pointed at the camera, or at the drone. I was looking at my camera, that's why I said camera. And we'll see if we can drop it down, start dropping some altitude, and get a good shot at the drone, and see if we can get it down low. I've been down at times here as much as 100. Well over 120 meters negative altitude in the canyon. So we're starting into the negative altitude here. And again, I am standing right on the edge of the canyon so I can keep the antennas pointed. Whoops, I wasn't looking at where I was pointed there. Let's straighten it out. Let's head this guy down, get her going again. Dropping that stick down. Man, this is beautiful. This drone, it does make some time. We're at 15 meters per second normal mode, which is top speed for normal mode. Hey, I didn't start recording. Doggone it. Okay, starting recording now. Doggone it, I hate that. Okay, so now instead of looking at the screen recording, now you're looking at the video from the drone. We can get down further. We're 100 meters negative altitude here. Let's get it down there. Let's get it right down there. First flight, 126 meters, almost 127 meters negative altitude. We could actually probably even go a little lower than that. And boy, I'll tell you what, it's the drone is handling great. I mean, it's just like I watched iPhone's review of the drone, and his words were, he says it's like butter. And I think he's right. It's just like butter. Here we are, almost 135 meters negative altitude into the canyon. And yeah, coming up on the rapids here. This is one of my favorite spots to fly the drone over. Yeah, I mean, here's my impressions so far. It handles like you expect a DJI drone to handle. I haven't done any modifications to the settings at all, and the drone is just very easy to maneuver and handle. As you guys know, I fly a lot of less expensive, and I've got an aircraft, but and he is fairly close, so I'm just going to hang right here. We're really low, so I'm sure we're not in his way, but I want to get eyes on him. Oh, there he is. He's way up there. Okay, I was looking more on the horizon. I should have been looking up. He was way up there. Okay, so he's way high. Nothing that we need to worry about. But yeah, you always want to look out for manned aircraft. So here's my top-down shot for the day. Let's just go straight up from here. Let's just punch straight up. And there's the rapids. And let's see if we can kind of get a slow reveal here as we bring the drone up in altitude. And I'm going to turn as we go, see if I can keep the river in the frame as we raise in altitude. Yeah, that plane is doing all kinds of maneuvers up there. But I got eyes on him. He's way up there. Okay, and of course we're back in positive altitude. He's moving away from us, but boy, it's actually fairly loud. That's one of the cool things about flying out here is that you definitely hear him. You definitely hear the aircraft long before you see him. And like in this case, I was looking for him and I was scanning the horizon. Well, I needed to look up. He was way up there. I'm kind of dropping some altitude again. I just think it looks better. Just kind of giving you a look down the canyon here. Okay, we are at 34% battery. I'm going to walk back up to my action camera, and then we're going to do a return to home. And let's just see how accurate the return to home is on this drone. It's supposed to have some pretty amazing return to home features, so we'll just see if we get a precision landing. Okay, let's go ahead and hit. Let's do it on the controller. Return to home. It's negative 33 meters in the canyon. Return to home. And it took that command and I got the beep. And you can see augmented reality. We got the green line. It's heading right back for us. So it's not like it has to do get too carried away here. Yeah, so it's 3 meters positive altitude now. So we'll see. It should rise up as it gets closer to the canyon. We're going to find out. This is going to look pretty good because it's kind of going right on the edge of the canyon. Going at about 12 meters per second. Yeah, I like it. So I started up the action camera here, the Action 4, so that we can make sure, yeah, it's pointed at the landing pad, so we'll be able to see as it comes down. Man, take a look at the side of the canyon there. Isn't that something? That looks so cool. That's one of my favorite places to fly, is right kind of along the edge. I just think gives a great dramatic look. And even these clouds today, they're kind of interesting. I wish it was a little bit sunnier, but, it's just kind of an interesting looking sky. We're about half a kilometer from being home here, and boy, getting closer and closer to the edge. That looks really cool. So I hear some ravens. Yeah, there's some ravens right in front of me here. So yeah, look at this. We're right along the edge of the canyon. And it sees it. It knows where it's at. It's got, oh, we got full OA on this thing. Down to 26% battery. Again, remember, we didn't start with a full battery. Let's see, I started the screen recording about 19 minutes ago, so well, that kind of gives you an idea of flight time. And here comes the drone. Man, it is beautiful. Watching that baby in the sky. Let's see, it should, yeah, look at it. Man, did it dive down. Holy cow, you should have seen. I don't know if the I doubt if the action camera caught that, but it really dove down. I mean, it's coming in like an airplane. Look at this. I know you're gonna see that on the action camera. And it's turning around, reorienting itself. Let's see, I'm just gonna let it land here. We're gonna see how well it does. And it's a little bit off. We cut a little bit of the bush there next to it, but I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, and it says replace or check propellers because it felt that when it landed there. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say that's pretty good. It's on the pad, and that was very dramatic the way it came in there. Okay, let me get it shut down and we'll do a little conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Air 3S right there. Air 3S, wow, that was a great flight. Now the one thing, if there's anything I can be a little disappointed in, we never got it faster than 21 meters per second, which is 47 miles an hour, which is fine, but I know there were some reviewers that had them going faster than that. So we'll keep messing with that and see if there's something going on there. I would love to be able to fly this drone at about 60 miles an hour. But you guys will have seen the video already. It looked good on the screen, but you know, we'll see. We made use of the tele, and then when I turned it around and started lowering altitude, I changed back to the wide angle lens, but I forgot to start recording till I got way out there. But we finally did and got that done. I think the most dramatic thing about this flight was the landing. It was so cool watching this guy. It literally came in like an airplane, and you know, lower in altitude as it came, stopped above the landing pad, turned around and plopped itself down. Now, as you can see, looking at the landing pad there, I got a pretty tight spot. I got some brush on both sides of it, and on the will be the right-hand side. Yeah, this prop, or one of these, yeah, maybe there was a back one, hit that brush, but you know, no harm, no foul. Very accurate landing, I would say. So, okay, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this drone, I can tell you. And in future flights, I will explore all the features on it. We'll go over all the features and try things out. But just a great day out here at the Snake River Canyon dedication point. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we will see you on the next one. The amazing DJI Air 3S. I wonder how many Air 3s are up for sale today. Huh? I bet a bunch of them. See you guys later.